My name is Misty. I am 32 years old. I had surgery with Dr. Ganta about 2.5 years ago, and it was the best decision that I ever made, and my husband knows that I say that. Life before was, it was difficult. It's difficult when you're a 20-something and you're out of breath at Austin City Limits Music Festival, and your friends are already across the field and you can barely keep up, and you're getting heat exhaustion and your feet are swelling and you feel like you're about to pass out, and you're 27 years old. Not even to talk about the health aspect of it. I had sleep apnea, I was diabetic, I had PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had a very, very difficult time restricting calories enough to lose weight. It was basically just not possible. And I was faced with this really difficult decision at, 28, 29 years old of, I have the health of someone, 20, 30 years older than I am. And it's not gonna get any better. It's not gonna get any easier. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and suddenly be a healthy person. And I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I was taking my vitamins, I was taking supplements. I had cut a lot of those bad foods from my diet, and nothing was happening. My health was getting worse, my cholesterol was through the roof. And over the course of about 2 years, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of looking into, what I wanted, and I decided that bariatric surgery was the way I was gonna go. I wasn't willing to live the way that I was for the next, 50 years of my life. April of 2011, I turned 30 years old, and I always had an idea of what my 30th birthday would be like. I would wear a fabulous outfit, I would be surrounded by my friends, I would dance all night long, we'd probably do karaoke because I like karaoke, and it would just be a wonderful experience, and I would feel nothing but pride looking back on those pictures of that night. And that didn't happen. I was tired almost instantaneously. I couldn't find an outfit that made me feel good about myself. I look back at those pictures and I'm not all that happy with who I see, with the person that I see. I know that person was happy, but I also know that that person was really tired and was sweating profusely and had to reapply her makeup multiple times that night. And I was 30. I was not old. I was not at a place where I thought that was appropriate. I should not be exhausted within 2 hours of my birthday night. And I was. And for me, that was really, I think, probably the last straw. I didn't want to live that anymore. My research process was, I read everything I could find on the internet. Google was definitely my friend. I read about every surgery that they were doing, experimental surgeries that were happening in Europe. I read about every surgeon in the state of Texas. I really didn't want to travel. I wanted to recover in Austin. I wanted to be close to home. So I read about a lot of the surgeons in Austin. I read a lot of reviews. And everywhere that I looked, every person that I talked to, and I have 3 friends who have had surgery with Dr. Ganta, and I asked them, have always been very open with me about their surgery. And I said, why did you go with Dr. Ganta? I mean, why of all the surgeons in Austin, of all the surgeons in Texas, why did you go with Dr. Ganta? And they said, he knows his stuff. He's the best here. And I started to realize that the more research that I did on my own, looking at surgeons in the Austin area, a lot of the other places are sort of they're kind of like chop shops. I mean, you go in, you don't even know what surgeon's going to be doing your surgery till the day of, because it's this massive group of surgeons that just all sort of take a crack at it. And I didn't really feel comfortable with that. I didn't really feel comfortable with being anybody's guinea pig or not having a face, not knowing who was going to be, literally altering my life. I wanted to know that person. I wanted to be able to look them in the eye and trust them. And I met with quite a few surgeons in Austin, and there was only one that really seemed like he knew what was going on. He was up on the latest surgical techniques. I could ask him about something and he'd say, oh yeah, that. Oh, I was reading about that and I've done that with several of my patients. And that was Dr. Ganta. It was pretty much a no-brainer at that point. I had 3 friends who had had very successful surgeries with Dr. Ganta, and I wanted to be a 4th. What do I feel now? Yeah. I feel young. I know that's kind of ridiculous for a person who's 32 to say, but I didn't feel young. I felt old. I felt like the oldest person in my friend group, and I wasn't the oldest person in my friend group. But I felt like it. I felt tired. I felt run down. I didn't have any energy. And now I'm the person saying, no, we got 2 more hours. The bar isn't closed yet. Come on, you guys, let's go dance. Let's go out. Let's do this 5K. It looks fun. There's costumes. Let's, who feels like driving out to the hill country and walking around Fredericksburg? Who wants to go to Six Flags? We went to Six Flags a couple of weekends ago, and I fit every ride. That would not have happened 2.5 years ago. I would not have fit every ride. And I could. My husband has a partner again. He doesn't have a person he has to take care of. He doesn't have a person whose health he has to worry about in 5, 10, 15 years. He doesn't have to take care of me anymore. I keep up with my friends at ACL. I beat them to the other stages as we're trying to make a show. I do South by Southwest with my friends. We walk around all day downtown, and I'm still the person at the end of the day that's like, come on guys, let's get some Red Bull, let's keep going. I'm the person that has the energy. I'm the person that's rallying my friends now. I have a style sense now. I used to just sort of wear whatever fit. Whatever you can get that fits, that's halfway appropriate for work, go with that. And in the summer, it was long, shapeless dresses. I've had the ability now to find a personal style. And that sounds kind of superficial in a way, but I think it's really important to be able to express who you are through your clothing. Somebody shouldn't have to actually have a conversation with you to know who you're about. They should see you from across the room and say, I want to talk to that person. And I think my clothing does that now. I feel much more confident and much more at home in my own skin.